house. We're going to go in a second. I just wanted to give you some frame of reference. All of the community stuff is essentially right across the street here in Windermere Oaks. Got it's kind of camp-like. I was over there a minute ago. You have like a pavilion, some bathrooms that are connected to a small but pretty tidy pool setup, and tennis courts. Probably won't be using any of that stuff, but you know, if you ever thinking about resale, it's one of the benefits of that location. Otherwise, it's kind of an unremarkable setup. You know, some of these are set back in the trees and have irregular lots and aspects of the lake or something. But this is just kind of a postage stamp, urban postage stamp lot, 0.17 acres, very kind of traditional looking house. The end of the runway is right 300 yards away from where we are right now. Actually, you can kind of see it through the trees right there. I've seen a plane take off and land since I've been here, and these private planes, I think that land here make almost no noise, so I don't think that is of any consequence as far as the house is concerned. Interestingly enough, I did get here a little early because the agent owner said there were already showings at 12 and 4, and I was supposed to be at 1, and I went ahead and came by at 12, and there's actually 2 showings, one at 12 and one at 12:30, and this is the 12:30 showing. I think they're leaving now. As far as the price, you know, it was on the market for a little while. Seemed like it wasn't selling. I think 40 or 50 days above 400, 430 to 440. I'd have to check the specific number, but they dropped it down to 399. It did go under contract, fell out of contract, and then it was withdrawn, presumably for the holidays. It is an owner-occupied kind of flip thing. Maybe they're just putting it on the market after 2 years because of capital gains avoidance, but hard to say. But like, this house actually was on the market recently, and it's just slightly larger, but it's kind of all stacked on top of each other, but on a 0.69 acre lot with a lot more interesting features for this area, and definitely sort of an easement with some wet weather creek and so forth. But the point is, at 1,500 feet and this large treed lot that was listed at 400 grand and went off the market in 10 days. So, you know, definitely buyers are sort of lined up. That house, although interesting, may not appeal to a broader group of people, and like I mentioned, I mean, we're sitting in another zero inventory situation with going into the spring, and then on top of that, especially in this price range, interest rates are spiking right now, so people that are in this, say, call it $400,000 range, are almost freaking out and showing up before the buying season because they're worried interest rates will continue to spike up. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Wanted to walk around the outside. I have the inside open, and we'll go in there in a second. Just wanted to give you a little more. I'm sure you're gonna more on the cosmetics, but the details. This is cement board, hardy plank siding, super low maintenance. It's the best material I know from the photos outside, or from MLS. I mean, it could be everything. It could be anything from vinyl to aluminum siding to some rotted wood, but that's, you know, for a house like this, that's kind of the bulletproof solution. I know the roof is not that old. I want to say it was 2018. Windows, I think, are the build date, kind of just lower end aluminum construction windows, but none of them are fogged out. Updated, that slider is really nice. It's a energy efficient, like a low E, really light slider. I can kind of open it up with one finger, you know, you're looking right into this other house here. A lot of retirees around here. I saw some new ductwork up in the attic. By new, I mean like somewhat recent. But this, guessing this air conditioner by the serial number, is manufactured in 2014. All right, let's go ahead and go in. I can tell, I guess I'll give you another. I can tell that I don't think this was intended to be a flip. I think maybe they're selling because there's been a little pop out here, and taking it without paying capital gains. You can see a little bit of, oh, maybe that's paint. I thought that was window fogging, but it's probably a little bit of paint. But very surgical remodel done in good taste. You know, I can send you some old pictures, but they, you know, you updated countertops and backsplashes and things and leveraged what was already there and did a good job with it. So personal items, you know, that indicates it's probably intended to be there. Dun, 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 dun. It's just everywhere. Anyway, good size. You can put a much bigger sectional in here. Looks like they put in new downlighting spots throughout that are LED. The flooring's the same as pre-remodel. Not a very remarkable floor, but super durable, looks good, contrasts well with the white. The cabinets predate the current owners, but they got rid of some tacky backsplash, put in a new countertop, more of a modern undermounted sink, and the rest of it kind of pops as a result. They also did appliances. For a smaller house, this is an eight person table, 8-foot table. So you can get a bigger eating area if that's important to you guys while you're out here. And really it's an efficient floor plan too, because there's not really any hallways to speak of. It's more of a cabin-like with, you know, a big great room and then rooms off of each side. And so you have the master on one side and then just the laundry accessible there. This is not a king bed. King bed would work in here, but you know, I guess they're trying to, if that's what they had, or they're just trying to make it work with the scale of the room. But a king could work. There are 2-inch faux wood blinds throughout, and you can see some more of that can lighting. I mean, this must have been done. Some of this texture looks old, some looks new, so I'm not sure where the breakup is there. Also, some similar to the kitchen choices. They've updated the tile tastefully, but that tub is from the earlier era. And you know, another sign that I don't think this was so much of a planned flip is, you know, they even got tempered glass shower door. Anybody with profit in mind in a market like this is gonna not pay for that. And so anyway, stuff like that tells me there are some thoughtful remodel attempts that were probably done when they moved in right before everything started popping, as you know. So that is the master on one side. Again, these wouldn't automatically convey, but it'd be nice to get these front end loaders. And got your water heater here. That's 2005, so that might be at the end of its useful life. And different way out for dog or mud. This slider real quick. And it's locked it. So just definitely something that they installed post-closing. Again, refrigerator wouldn't convey automatically either, but can be written in. That's the coat closet. I thought this was, what is this? Just another storage area. Linens. It's just a bedroom dedicated to office, and then they have their nursery. It's blacked out windows for my wife did the same. But good enough sized bedroom. Certainly could get a queen size bed in here if that was the goal in both, really. Yep, so not much to it. It's clean, it's solid. Is certainly an option to consider for your purposes, and whether you lose money or not on it. Yeah, the market really seems to be set up where you wouldn't, quote, lose money. I mean, you might make some, but the bigger thing is how do you buy in right? And